Hi guys, Justin here, and what if I tell you that for less than 10K, you can get a 5G ready gaming capable smartphone with a 108 megapixel main camera, 5000 mAh battery with 45 watts fast charging and reverse wireless charging, 128 gigabytes or 256 gigabytes of storage, and 8 gigabytes of RAM that's expandable up to another 8 gigabytes of virtual RAM. On paper, mukhang solid talaga to. Like, seryoso ba? This is the Infinix NOTE 30 5G and it's the brand's latest affordable phone. I've been using it for weeks already at eto na yung full review namin guys. Keep on watching to know more. At first glance, the Infinix NOTE 30 5G looks dazzling with this gradient pearl-like back that changes color when it hits different light angles. This has been a trendy design before and we think it looks fun. Yung design niya resembles a lot with its siblings, the Note 30 and Note 30 Pro. This Note 30 5G sits in the middle of both. Come to think about it, may angle siya that reminds me of the premium Samsung Galaxy S21. We have it in the interstellar blue color, but it's also available in magic black and sunset gold. It's made out of polycarbonate material, making it light to hold despite its large and boxy build. Hindi lang ako big fan ng metallic-looking plastic sides niya. They kinda give off that affordable look, plus ang dali niyang maka-attract ng fingerprints and smudges. More on the back, we get a square camera module that carries its triple rear cameras and LED flash. Wala lang yung fourth circle, I guess they just don't want it to seem odd. In case you missed it, this phone is MPL-themed since Infinix is sponsoring the 11th season of Mobile Legends Bang Bang Professional League. So meron siyang kasamang MPL case and yung out-of-the-box OS theme niya is customized. Located on the left side is a card slot for 2 nano SIM cards and a dedicated slot for a micro SD card. Tapos sa right naman are all its buttons, the volume rocker and the power button that doubles as a fingerprint scanner. Medyo manipis yung buttons and scanner so it can take some getting used to. Meanwhile, the fingerprint scanner works averagely fast and reliable. Compared to the face unlock, this is faster pero a few seconds delay lang naman yung difference nila. Found on the top is a speaker grill and some JBL branding. Very nice that they partnered up with JBL, by the way. Then below are its main speakers, USB Type-C port, main microphone, and headphone jack. Now, one of the best things about this phone is for its price, it comes with an IP53 rating so it can tolerate some dust and some rain. To be clear, it's not fully waterproof, but we highly appreciate the brand adding this in a budget smartphone. Sa harap naman, we get a 6.78-inch Full HD Plus IPS LCD display with a refresh rate of up to 120Hz and brightness level of up to 580 nits. It comes with a pre-installed screen protector plus a free tempered glass protector in the box. Once again, we appreciate it, Infinix. Though you might want to use that new screen protector already kasi ang daling magasgasan ng pre-installed one. Hindi pa to nalalaglag guys. Moving on, its bezels all look very slim but the chin is a bit thick. But we can say na compared to other phones at this price point, this is considered slim pa nga. Tapos sa taas, you can find its front speaker, dual LED flash, and a punch hole notch for the selfie camera. If we're talking about its quality, okay naman siya. It's not the best, but the colors look good and vibrant enough. We get optimal viewing angles and a smooth scrolling experience with its 120Hz refresh rate. The outer visibility is also respectful. Kita pa din yung screen under direct sunlight when the brightness is set to max. Sa display settings, you can tweak into the dark theme, adjust the colors, refresh rate, scrolling sensitivity, and eye care for some blue light filter. Now, audio-wise, even though this is equipped with dual JBL speakers, I still wasn't expecting much because of its price range. But damn, they did not disappoint at all. Hindi sabog yung sound niya even at the highest volume. It actually almost sounds like I have a speaker on the go. The highs and lows are apparent, but it can use a bit more bass. Additionally, the device also reacts with sound vibration which makes gaming great. Yung parang in the zone ka, ganon. You can also take advantage of its 3.5mm audio port if you're into wired headsets and for better call quality. Malinaw and loud enough naman yung call speaker niya, but the mic picks up quite low audio. Ngayon, pag-usapan na natin yung cameras niya. At the back, its camera module is composed of a 108-megapixel f1.75 ISOCELL HM6 main sensor by Samsung, plus a 2-megapixel f2.4 bokeh and an unspecified AI camera. Most of the time, its standard AI cam performs of high quality kapag nasa daylight scenarios ka. Photos often look sharp and vivid. Minsan lang mukhang boosted masyado yung colors. Although I must admit na mukhang mas maganda pa yung quality niya compared to other mid-range smartphones today. Tapos yung dynamic range niya can perform great when the view is clear, but it can struggle sometimes with windows. As for indoor shots, they mostly look saturated and looking just alright. You get good details and even some depth effect on board, but mukhang sakto lang talaga yung quality for us. From the standard mode, you can zoom in up to 2 times, 5 times, and up to 10 times. The quality tends to look smooth and washed, yet still maintains good details. If you want to take advantage of the 108-megapixel mode, there's a slight color difference lang compared to the standard AI camera quality. But we get sharper and obviously more pixels in a photo. Now, when using the portrait mode naman, depending on your lighting, you can get a clear bokeh shot with great subject background separation. It just sometimes struggles with hair strands, like usual. Checking out night photos, pag walang night mode, shots often look noisy and slightly smudged. But when we use its super night mode on, the details and brightness are boosted, so it's definitely better quality. However, take note that it takes about 3 seconds to take a photo, so make sure to keep a steady hand. Moving on to its front camera, this device sports a 16-megapixel f2.0 lens. And the quality is honestly quite meh. I guess this is where the budget quality shows. It falls more on cooler tones and looks soft even without AI. Then again, this is good enough for casual social media posts. When using its front portrait mode, it's the same case as the rear effect wherein we get very good bokeh effect but often struggles with some hair. Interestingly, for videos, you can shoot up to 2K at 30 frames per second, which is insane to have for a budget smartphone. When using this, videos look defined with similar quality as for standard photos. However, since the Ultra Steady mode is only available for 1080p at 30 frames per second quality, you will definitely get a shaky shot, so it's recommendable for steady videos or use a gimbal. Pag ginamit naman natin yung Ultra Steady mode niya, it is undeniably smooth kahit galaw-galawin ko pa. Okay naman. Anyways, for other features in the camera app, there's film, beauty, and built-in filters. So now let's talk about performance. To recap, this Infinix NOTE 35G packs a 5G-ready MediaTek Dimensity 6080 octa-core processor together with a Mali-G57 MC2 GPU and 8GB of RAM that's expandable up to another 8GB virtual RAM. Even if we can say that this is mostly rebranded Dimensity 810, the MediaTek Dimensity 6080 is commendable in this price range. We didn't encounter much lags on casual day-to-day use like social media browsing, video editing, streaming, messaging, and calling. Highly capable din siya for gaming at low to medium settings as long as the phone is optimized. And if you're wondering about heating, yes, umiinit siya ng konti pag nag-games ng matagal or just continuously using the phone with mobile data turned on. It doesn't get too alarming naman, but we still recommend using a case to protect your hands. If you want to adjust the virtual RAM, you can find it in the settings under Mem Fusion. Here you can toggle from an additional 3GB, 5GB, and ayun nga, even up to 8GB. Solid! For benchmark scores, here are the results we got. Pag-usapan natin yung storage niya, the Note 35G is available with either 128GB or 256GB, which is what we have. Kung kulang pa yon, then you can always extend it with a micro SD card. Regarding connectivity, we have dual SIM, GPS, Wi-Fi, OTG, NFC, FM radio, 4G LTE, and 5G. Speaking of 5G connectivity, we tested its speed and nicely it got almost 50 Mbps of download speed and 10 Mbps of upload speed. Inside the phone is a large 5000 mAh battery with support for 45 watts fast charging and reverse charging at 10V 4.5A. But other than that, it's also ready with bypass charging that you can turn on in the settings. This means na you can power the phone when plugged and it will not charge the battery. Pwedeng makatulong to sa battery health and can be beneficial for gamers na din. There are rumors that turning on bypass charging causes some ghost touch, pero in our experience, wala naman, we didn't encounter any. We tried it with PC Mark's battery test, but the app kept crashing. Nonetheless, in my personal experience, this device can last a whole day if you won't use it for continuous gaming and other heavy tasks. As a casual user wherein scroll lang ako through social media plus messaging, watching, and video calling, madalas by the end of the day ko na siya charge. But if you play heavy games a lot, then you will need to charge the device one more time in a day. No problem naman to dahil ang bilis ng charging niya with its 45 watts charger. In just 1 hour and 10 minutes, fully charged na and ready to go. In the software department, the Infinix NOTE 35G is running on Android 13 skinned with the brand's latest XOS 13. Scrolling through, you can notice that it's more organized but with still a few bloatware and pre-installed apps. Pwede nyo pa din naman i-delete ang mga to if you won't be using them. Additionally, it has tons of personalization settings that we appreciate kasi most of them are user-centric. You can also expect more multitasking tools such as split screen, lightning multi-window, X-clone, and smart panel. There's also Infinix's AI faux locks on board and yung mga privacy options like peek-proof and blur. Okay, so before we talk about our final thoughts, here's a list of its pros and cons. You know the drill, pause nyo na lang if you need more time. To conclude this video, grabe guys, wala akong masabi sa phone na to. It sounds too good to be true. But it is true and Infinix is onto something with this as they're setting a new standard in the budget smartphone category. Kung tutuusin, pang mid-range na yung specs niya. You get that dual JBL tuned speakers, IP53 dust and water resistance, a long-lasting battery with 45 watts fast charging, gaming-capable performance, and deliverable cameras. And mind you, this is one of the most affordable 5G-ready smartphones you can get to date. For a starting price of 9,499 pesos, this is insane! We very much recommend this Infinix NOTE 35G if you're looking for a well-rounded device on a budget. And there you have it guys! Thanks for watching this review, we hope it helped. If you're into gadget reviews and updates, please do subscribe to our channel for more. Again, this is Justin of GIZGUIDE and I'll see you next time!